Hello there, a happy new year. Welcome to State of the Week, our first of 2019, and we have a really special guest. Johnny and I joined by Mark Prince OBE.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Oh, yes.
New Year's honours list, and well deserved.
Fantastic. I'm still like pinching myself. Has this really happened? Because people think that it's just the fact that I've got an OBE that I'm excited. They don't understand the lead up to this. And the lead up basically was I had this vision in my heart that we need to have an impact on knife crime on a national level to change the mindsets, change the narrative. And I thought, let's run a campaign and let's call it Inspiring Future Champions, because that's how I see young people. And they need to look at things more positive and believe in themselves. Let's get this out. And then I realized, but how do we get it out nationally? And then as we sat down with the team and we tried to work it out, let's create a little clip, send it out there. We need the funding. It costs about 200K to be able to deliver it. And then we realized, like, well, how do we get this out? Next minute I get this letter. I'm at my mum's, I open it up. I see OBE, I see Your Majesty, and then tears just roll down my eyes.
How long's it been since you retired?
2000 I retired.
So we're talking, so you're not
really,
I never even 50 yet.
So well, just nearly, couple months I'm 50.
Catching up on you, John.
Yeah, the grey hairs don't hide
The
it.
turnaround from retiring
Yeah.
to this point here, that's a lot of mileage. You've done a lot in that time.
Oh, wow, a lot of mileage, because when my career ended, a lot of people don't know, for me, I wanted to give back to my community. So I thought, what can I do? I'm not gonna, right now I don't know how I can earn the levels of money that I had in boxing, but I had another passion to give back. So I began to do counselling, youth work, mentoring, all this stuff. I got the skills, then I got out and started helping young people.
But where did that knowledge, that to be a counsellor, you've got to have experiences to get wisdom. So where did that come from for you to be a counsellor?
Well, I for me, that was my passion inside, I wanted to give back to the young people. So how best to do it? Let me train myself, let me go on some courses, let me develop this. And I think the discipline from boxing and all this, to be able to achieve and want to do more with my life, that was still in me. Because I hadn't finished. I never saw my full potential come out in boxing.
The dedication from boxing, the excitement you gave us, the world title challenge that we enjoyed out in Oberhausen, and the great fights like against Gale that we always play back. So you gave us thunderous action then, and you wanted to do something different beyond.
Oh, certainly. And I just thought throughout this process, working with young people, after my son got killed in 2006, you can imagine how I was feeling. I'm helping these young people, I'm out in the community, I'm trying to do my part for knife crime, but then they killed my son.
Well, you were doing this before, so it was building up.
I was doing this for Hackney Borough, Islington Borough, for social services. I was working hard.
And for those who don't know, Kyan was a budding footballer with QPR and a wonderful kid by all accounts.
Awesome.
And just a great guy. And what happened was a horrendous tragedy.
Stabbed outside his school for just trying to break up a fight peacefully.
Did it not put you off your crusade? That happening to your son, and the same crusade of trying to stamp out knife crime, talking to individuals, did it not put you off? Did it not make you angry to think, you know what, this happened to my boy, this happened to my son?
I thought it was ironic, but it actually didn't put me off. It made me even more determined that, okay, how do I do this? The system I see, it works to a certain level, but it's a bit tick boxy. I really engage with young people, great, and I have outcomes and results. If I set up my organisation, my own one, how great could I be? And I could take it to really top levels, like how Princess Trust is, and really get the funding to make this happen. So obviously you can imagine how I feel. I'm on this long journey. I'm not getting the funding, not getting the backing. I'm doing great work, having an impact, but it's not going up in levels to be able to run and function as a business so I can reach more young people.
And horribly,
so it was disheartening.
Horribly, Mark, it's such a hot topic at the moment. We had the stabbing on the train the other day, the 14-year-old who was killed off a moped just last night. Yep. I mean, what is going on out there?
Hey, mate, it's just gone insane. I believe that the leadership, people in the top are not listening. They're not giving the funding to the people that are making the difference to allow them to make an impact. They're not hearing the strategies that need to be put in place. We've already got solutions. They're here already. Things are working. There's loads of organisations out there doing great work out there for people, but we're not being allowed to be able to come together and powerfully impact this issue that's really killing London, man, with our young people.
KPF's Karen Prince Foundation. So if people want to get involved,
go onto the website.
Go onto the website.
Yeah, the KPF.com.
Boxing. How effective is boxing in keeping youngsters on the straight and narrow?
Massive, Johnny.
If you didn't box, how do you think your life would have been?
Really, check this out. People might, if you read this book, get this book, you will see the effect of boxing in someone's life when you read Prince of Peace. Yeah, it's a bestseller on Amazon at the moment. I came from a background of being homeless at 15. I was selling drugs, taking drugs, drinking, just living my life. And I'm thinking the way I'm going to make money is by doing criminal activities, because that's what the streets taught me. It said that you can't make it, you didn't do well at school, so you need to do things this way. And I realised that, wait a minute, I haven't tried the other way. I haven't put my efforts into doing the best that I can do. Let me try that. So I just followed without thinking. A lot of young people are doing it. They're not bad. They're just getting caught up. We've got poverty. We've got different levels and issues and problems that people got from their heart. They don't know how to deal with it. And parents have let down children, and the ones that haven't are struggling because they see their children under so much peer pressure from the streets that they get drawn into it. So there's so many different issues how we find our children in this, boys and girls. When I go and do these talks, you want to see the girls lining up to have a talk, and when they do, they let it all spill out.
What ages are we talking about?
We're talking about, I go into a lot of secondary schools from year 7 all the way through, and I go into primary schools as well. So what you'll find is...
Because I've got kids, 12, 11 and 7, in London, and you worry about them.
Loads of parents are worrying about their children, and why do you want to be in that fear factor? We're living in fear right now, parents, and it's so not cool. It's so important that the public, not just if they see that the government's not supporting individuals and organisations like mine, then the public should. I put something out and said, imagine if everyone gave a tenner, imagine if everyone gave £2 a month, how much could we raise to tackle the issues we need to do?
It's not just about giving the dough, it's about
being involved.
Yeah, so what could be done to curtail the rise in knife crime? There's been a 16% rise in the capital alone last year. Yeah. So what could be done? It's not just about giving dough.
On different levels.
What it does, how it works.
On different levels, I always tell media this: change the narrative. Stop talking about knife crime and gangs, and every time you talk about young people, it's in such a negative way, it feeds into it. It's like feeding the monster. You know, that's why I've done Inspiring Future Champions. I'm not feeding the monster. I'm not tackling it with knife crime, because we need to throw some positive light on it now and let young people see that they are the future. We do believe in you. We do love you, and we're here to support you to become champions.
As you two found out, one of the avenues is obviously boxing. Are we seeing that? Are we seeing an increase in London, in the south, of kids getting into gyms and trying to stay out of trouble?
So they should. It saved my life, honestly.
Are we seeing more of that, though?
We are seeing more of that, but I think it needs to be in schools.
Inspired by the likes of Joshua and Fury and Dillian and all that.
Certainly. These guys, we got more role models, but we need to get role models that are accessible. That's why I've done this, because I'm accessible to young people to go out there.
At home,
and I'm saying to everyone else, Dylan, AJ, all these good fighters, not just the heavyweights, all throughout. I saw Bradley Skeet the other day, bruv. Come with me, show your face. Let these people hear your story. They will be
because so many fighters have so many stories.
So many stories, and I'm saying, look, come on, spend an hour, 2 hours of your time a month to come with us and do this campaign. We're touring London. It is a fantastic idea. We want corporates to support it. 200k to save how much million? You're definitely on it, bro. You're definitely on it.
We'll definitely support. Mark, while we've got you here, 2019, obviously hugely exciting in the boxing world. What are you looking forward to? Obviously the heavyweights, and we all want to see the big fights. What are you looking at your crystal ball? What do you think's going to unfold this year?
I think we're in for some shockers. I want to see Dylan get that world title. I really do.
But there's only two people to get it to, Joshua Wilder.
Does he beat Joshua Wilder?
That's why. Whoa, Fury. I know you didn't mention him, but Fury's a very difficult. We have to throw him in there.
Absolutely, very difficult. But he hasn't got the belt yet.
He hasn't got the belt.
If he beats Wilder, he'll get a belt. Then might see Joshua and him. But Dillian might get the shot at Joshua in April.
Well, that'd be great if he gets a shot. But for me, if we're talking about massive amounts of money, let's get Dillian and AJ back with their belts and have this third fight. That's a big one. And however it goes, it's about you coming out with your pay. Because this is a short career.
Of course it is.
This is a short career. And I know these guys want to be, finish their career with a great legacy and all of this. But in reality, we've got a short career. We need to come out and be.
Who do you think the best is, and who'll be the last man standing of Fury, Wilder, AJ, and Dillian?
Wow. At the moment, Fury for his boxing ability, very difficult to be hit.
Brilliant, wasn't he?
Very difficult, good movement. That'll be very difficult for Dillian to be able to pin Fury down. Look at the difficulty Wilder had, and his reach is long. He hasn't got great feet, but he's got movement. Okay, Dillian's growing and developing at this moment. He's been improving so well. He's looking absolutely fantastic and going in the right direction. But some more fights would be great. But what do I know? When he went to fight AJ the first time, I said not yet. Not yet. But he fought him, and even though he lost, I still think he was right to take the fight. Because look what it done for me. It changed his bank balance. It changed his level of reputation. People knowing him. His name was out there. It changed his whole life.
You mentioned something earlier on about the fighter saying it's a short-lived life. And as you were saying that, I bet you with the same mentality of me at one point in your career thinking boxing is everything. Nothing is outside of it, nothing before it. Then all of a sudden, when it's gone and it's yesteryear, you realise there's more out there.
See, I love Johnny.
I could leave you two chatting all day.
He understands that and why I'm speaking like this, because I've had the career, and when you're sitting at home, you get to think. When my career was over, my leg, and I couldn't move because of my leg and my knee was busted, I sat there thinking so much, and I thought, wow, I would have done a few things different. And this is about you securing your future for your family.
So you've done something different. You've got an OBE, and congratulations for it.
Awesome.
Wonderful work ahead.
Yeah.
And you've had a TV career, and it's been very positive for you.
I want an OBE.
I wanted to be in Johnny's spot. So Johnny wants to be.
I wanted to work a lot harder for an OBE, Mark. I tell you that much.
I wanted to be in Johnny's spot for a while until I just thought, no, maybe I'm not going to get it.
So the Mark Prince Foundation, we're all supporting it.
Oh, please, man, please, and push the clip. We've got an Inspiring Futures clip out there on YouTube. If you type in my name, you get it. The book is absolutely phenomenal, if I may say so myself. Me and Paul Zanon put that book together, worked hard every week to get that put together. So I really need the support. We've seen the man. Let's put it out there. We've seen Sadiq. We've had a great conversation. I like the guy, but this is about backing. You have to back an organisation to be able to reach its goals, and that takes financial backing. And we thought we was going to get that. We haven't got that. We're asking the public, we're asking corporates, support KPF, and come on board if you've got skills to help develop the business. We want top professionals to develop the business, and people like Johnny that has that passion to make a difference. Kids want to hear your stories. There are role models out there that are doing great stuff, but they're unheard, they're unsung. We're giving you a platform for young people to hear your voice, hear your story, and you could change lives too.
Because it's affecting all of us.
All of us. 80 Park Lane. You know, people in that affluent era don't feel that they're going to be affected by knife crime, but I've been saying it for years. Everyone's going to be affected by this epidemic. It's a poison. And if you leave poison without any medicine, it starts seeping into other areas. The leg can't say to the arm, I'm not bothered because I don't have the disease, because it will go from there into the body straight down to the leg, and he's going to be upset because you're going to have to get cut off. So let's deal with this properly. Everyone should be focused on knife crime right now. Everyone should be saying, what am I doing? Who am I supporting? Who's doing the work if I can't do the work?
100%. Mark, fantastic to see you. Congratulations on your OBE. And good luck with everything.
You too. Thanks
and whatever
so much,
we can, we'll do to help, won't we, Johnny?
Awesome, guys.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Mark.
Lovely, lovely.
That's our first State of the Week, and what a way to start. Mark Prince.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.